Hi guys, it's Crystal with Design Bundles. Today we're going to make a reverse canvas project. So let's go ahead and get started. Over on designbundles.net, this is the SVG bundle that we're using in today's project. It comes with 20 designs. This is an awesome bundle whether you are sprucing up your bathroom, maybe you have multiple bathrooms, or maybe you're making a wedding gift or anniversary or a housewarming gift. This is the perfect bundle for making those bathroom signs. Now today, this is the one that we're going to be using today, but there is a ton of super cute ones, so you guys can kind of see those here. So you can not only use canvases to make a reverse canvas, you can use these on wooden signs, you can use adhesive vinyl, you can use the PNGs to create sublimation, you can put them on towels or shower curtains, all of those things. So this is the bundle that we're using today. So let me go ahead and cut this out with my Cricut, and I'll meet you back over so we can talk about what the supplies are. The supplies you're going to need for today's project is a canvas. You can get these in many different shapes and sizes. Today I'm using this Cricut ruler here with a knife blade, but you can definitely use some scissors. I'm going to be using a staple gun, but you can also use a hot glue gun as well as push pins. I've got some acrylic paints here. You can use stains, you can use unicorn spit, glitters, all sorts of things for this project. But today I'm going to be using this black acrylic. Now you're going to want something to put your paint on, some water, and your paintbrush. Now I've already cut out my HTV. You can definitely use adhesive vinyl, or you can even stencil this on with paint. So I'm going to go ahead and set this aside. The first thing we need to do is remove our canvas. So what we need to do is take our knife blade here in our ruler and just cut off the back. So you may have to go over it a few times to get it off, but like I said, you could take some scissors or whatever you have. So I'm just going to take that off, and as you can see, it's a hidden gem under here. There's a nice frame, and we're going to paint that. So all you have to do is just kind of straighten out your canvas afterwards, but I'm going to set this aside, and then we will cut that after we paint our frame. So now we are ready to paint our frame. I'm going to bring in a scrap piece of paper and then bring in all of our supplies so we can get this painted here. Now for today, I'm using black acrylic paint, but like I said, you can use any sorts of paints that you would like, stains, those waxes, whatever you would like. Think outside of the box. So whenever it comes to painting this, you want to paint all the way around the frame as well as the inside of the frame and then the top part of the frame. And you can sit here and kind of shift your paper to kind of really get into those cracks there. Then you want to set it aside, let it dry, and it looks just like this. Don't worry about the back because you're not going to be able to see it anyways. So you want to size it up to figure out how much you need to cut off, but usually right where that crease line is, which you can see right here, that's where you need to cut. You can always test it again, which I'll show you here in just a second, just to be sure. So you're just going to simply trim away all of that excess. Now that we're on that last side, this is where you're going to want to double check yourself. It never hurts to double check just to make sure we're not going to come in too short. And then we'll just double check, make sure everything looks good if you need to trim off any more. So ours looks really good. We're going to flip it over and start stapling. You can also use a hot glue gun as well as push pins. And what you want to do is avoid the staples that are already on the sign here. So what we're going to do is just keep peeking and just making sure we're avoiding those. So we're just going to staple every other staple, if you will. And what you want to do is pull taut. So you want to keep it nice and smooth. This is what's going to make it look like a wooden sign technically. It's like a faux wooden sign. So the white part here is actually going to look like it's painted wood. It's really cool. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue to pull taut and staple everything down. So this is it. We're going to flip it over and you can see how good that looks. Now, before this part, you could have always ironed, if you're using a heat press or a bigger Cricut Easy Press, you could definitely do that first. But since we're using the mini one, it's going to fit right inside here. So we're going to go ahead and line this up here. And then we're going to get our Cricut Mini Easy Press on number 3. And then you want to go over this for 60 seconds. And you want to keep moving your iron. Never let it set in one spot. Just keep moving it consistently. But it may take you a little longer than 60 seconds since you're moving it so much back and forth on that long piece. And then once you're done, you're just going to peel it up and it's completely done. How cute is this? So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one.